Hey everyone, and welcome back to my channel. And this video is going to be a little bit different than what I would normally post on my channel. Obviously normally I do reptile content, but as you can probably see, I've really run out of ideas for animal videos. So I decided I'm going to be mixing in some more like lifestyle type videos and things that like I do other than reptiles, just so that I can still have content for my channel. I will still be posting reptile videos, and if you have anything specific that you want to see from me, definitely leave a comment down below. Today I'm going to be showing you guys my record collection, and as you can see, I have quite a lot of records, so I don't think I'm going to show each individual record. I do have over 200, so it would take me a really long time. I also have a whole bunch of 45s over here, or 7-inch records, and yeah, it would take me a really long time to show every single one, but I'm going to do my best to show you guys the majority of what I have. This all right here is Fleetwood Mac, all of it. This is all Stevie Nicks up here, a lot of Abba, and then my other like favorite girl bands. And then down here is all alphabetical by random artists, mostly 80s but random. And then I do have a bunch of box sets here, Abba, Fleetwood Mac, these are all Fleetwood Mac box sets. And then on my wall over here I have my 45s. So I do have quite a bit of records to show you. I will also do like a really quick, sorry my dog is here. I will also do a really quick tour of my like record player. I do also have a cassette player and a CD player up there as well, because I do also have probably about 100-ish CDs over here. And yeah, I don't think I'm going to do CDs in this video because that would make it even longer. So without further ado, let's get into the records. I'm going to start up here with Fleetwood Mac, and then I'm going to just continue all the way down. And like I said, I'm just going to do like a really quick show, and if there's something important, I'll mention it. And yeah, let's get into it. What I'm going to do is leave box sets for last, and I'll quickly show all my box sets at the end. I'm not going to go through each individual box set, like each record in each box set, because it would take way too long. So anyway, let's just get started with the first record I have here. Okay, so first up I have Fleetwood Mac Greatest Hits. I believe it's one of their first greatest hits. Then I have the original Fleetwood Mac. Next up I have Live in Boston. Next up I have Peter Green's Fleetwood Mac Original Broadcast 1968. I believe this is an unofficial pressing, but it is green. It's really cool. Next up I have Bare Trees. I just think this cover is super nice. Let's start putting it back here. Then we have Future Games. These are original pressings. I have Penguin. Mr. Wonderful. This one's actually gatefold. It was like this, but I have two copies of Mystery to Me. I have this one, which is non-gatefold, and this one, which is a gatefold. I am going to quickly show the gatefold of this one because it's really nice. Yeah, that was really nice. Okay, then we have, oh yeah, this one's kind of cool. This is two originals of Fleetwood Mac. It's a German issue, and it's got Kiln House and Future Games in it. It's another gatefold. This is another kind of combo. This has English Rose and Fleetwood Mac. It's got the record in the back right now, but I always thought that cover was quite cool. Okay, oh, this one is Heroes Are Hard to Find. I got this one last Christmas. It's a really nice pressing. It's really clean. Heroes Are Hard to Find. Okay, and now we're into kind of the newer Fleetwood Mac stuff. And then I have like all the new stuff, and then we'll go back into the classic stuff. That's just kind of how I organize it. It makes sense to me. I know to some people this is probably driving them crazy, but I have Lindsey Buckingham and Christine McVie. This one is basically Fleetwood Mac without Stevie Nicks. This one was released in 2017. It's really good. I like it. This is, oh, Say You Will. This is one of my favorite Fleetwood Mac albums. This is the one, I think that this was released in 2004, but it just got released on vinyl last year. It's really cool. It's a double LP. Then we have The Dance, same thing, it was from 1987, and it was just released on vinyl at the same time as Say You Will for the first time. And The Dance is another one of my absolute favorite things Fleetwood Mac has ever done. Oh, Fleetwood Mac Greatest Hits from 1980. Oh, then we have this one, which is Fleetwood Mac featuring Stevie Nicks and Lindsey Buckingham, Like Becoming a Landslide. I believe this is another unofficial release, but it's basically a live album from 1975. Then we have Behind the Mask, oh my goodness, Behind the Mask. Okay, so now we're into Tango in the Night. I have a bunch of copies, so let me just quickly, I think this is, yeah, so this is an original pressing. Then I have my remastered and the alternate Tango in the Night. So every year for Record Store Day they've released alternates, and this is alternate Tango in the Night. I have all of the alternates, so you'll see them. So next up is Mirage, of course. There we go. So we have the alternate Mirage, so you can see the cover just flips. Then I have lots of records. Let's find it. I have 2 different copies of Mirage. I have an original and a re-pressing. Mirage was my favorite album of Fleetwood Mac's when I first got into them, so I have lots of copies of it. I have 2 copies of Fleetwood Mac Live from 1980. This is the live album they put out during the Tusk tour, and one copy is in kind of rough shape. You can see it looks like a dog chewed on it, and then this is my really good copy. I got one for a present, so I have 2. Okay, so now we have Tusk. I have alternate Tusk, of course, which I love this photo. This is just like, and if you're confused as to what the alternates are, it's basically like alternate takes, alternate, basically an alternate way of doing the songs is kind of what they did. It's like an alternate version of the album, if that makes sense. So that's alternate Tusk, which I believe was the first one that came out, and I think it's the most rare of the alternates, if I'm not wrong. I'm gonna put some of these back on my shelf just because they're stacking up, and then we'll get back into it. Up, I have Fleetwood Mac in concert. This is another Tusk tour concert, and it's a triple LP, and this one's kind of neat because it says the dates. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it says the dates each song was performed, and it's really nice. I really like live albums, so that's kind of cool. Then we have the original Tusk. And okay, so now we're into Rumors, and I have 4 copies of Rumors. I know. I have an original pressing. I have a South African pressing, which is really yellow compared to the rest. I have a remastered, which is really like off-color compared to the rest. And then this was the alternate Rumors that came out this year that I waited in line for outside. I'm very proud to have it and very excited to have it. I love it. It's really cool. So I have all of the alternates, which I really like. I actually have one more to show you, never mind, because Fleetwood Mac, which we're getting to next. I only have, I think, I only have one copy of Fleetwood Mac. It's not one that I find a lot of originals of. So I have the original copy, which is a remaster, and then I have the alternate, which there's the Record Store Day sticker, and you can see if you turn it, got an alternate side. Yeah. So that is all of my Fleetwood Mac, I think, other than 45s and solo artists. So I do have albums from all of them solo, with the exception of John, because I don't know that he ever did any solo work, but I have solo albums from all the rest. So like I said, we're going to skip box sets to start, and let's go in with, this is a Record Store Day purchase as well. This is Peter Green. It's Mick Fleetwood and Friends Celebrate Peter Green, so it was like a kind of a concert they did to celebrate Peter Green's contribution to music. It's green, it's kind of cool. Let's see. Oh, this is Mick Fleetwood Zoo, I'm Not Me. We have Mick Fleetwood's The Visitor. I believe I have 2 copies of, yeah I do, I have 2 copies of this guy. And this is Law & Order by Lindsey Buckingham. I believe it's his first solo record. And the only solo record I have of Lindsey right now. His solo stuff is a lot harder to come by than some of the other members, so I don't have a lot of his solo stuff. Not that I wouldn't want it, I just don't. I'm not even find it. Okay, for Christine, I have 3. I have her first solo album, which was Christine Perfect was the name of the album, but this is a repressing of it. I believe this repressing came out in 1976, so it's still a pretty old record, but it's now called the legendary Christine Perfect album by Christine McVie, because by then she was married. This album's really good. It's like really jazzy and bluesy. I love it. And then I do have 2 copies of her Christine McVie album, which is also really, really good. So check Christine McVie's solo stuff out. I feel like it's really underrated. And most people obviously focus on Stevie, which Stevie's my queen, so I completely understand that. but if you've never listened to Christine McVie's solo, definitely give it a chance because she's a really good songwriter and her voice really does well alone. So check that out. Okay, next up we have my newest Stevie Nicks record, I think, and this is her 24 karat gold tour record that just came out. It's really, really nice. Like, look at that. Like, I don't even know if you guys can see, but it's like gold. It's so pretty. The records are black. I couldn't get they're the standard black. I couldn't get the different versions, but I'm so happy with this. It's really, really nice. It's from her 2017 tour, and yeah, I'm so happy to have it. Okay. Alright, next up we have Rarities, which is another record store release. We have her newest studio album, which is 24 karat gold. Okay, Crystal Visions, which is her newest compilation album, or greatest hits. We have another greatest hits. This is Time Space, which I wanted on vinyl for so long. Oh, and we have a puppy. Say hi. She's been begging for my attention. Okay, next up, we have Reflections from the Other Side of the Mirror. This is my only spoken word record, I believe. And it's I believe it's an interview that she did for the Other Side of the Mirror album. Speaking of Other Side of the Mirror, have it here. Very 80s. Some dust. Okay, this is a little ridiculous, I am aware, but I have 3 copies of Rock a Little. They're all different pressings in my defense. They're all slightly different. I'm not going to go into that. We don't have time, but yeah, Rock a Little. Okay, then I have 2 copies of The Wild Heart, 1 original and 1 repressed. Okay, I have Lots of Belladonna, which is her first solo album. Okay. I'm going to really, really quick go over these just because there are some differences. So this is the new one that came out by Vinyl Me Please. It's the special edition and it is gold. So really nice. And then I have, I believe, yeah, so this is another gold one. It's the, let's see if we can see that version. And then I have an original, which is this one, which my dad found at a thrift store for like a couple bucks, and I was really excited because it's in really good shape. And then this is my remastered. So I usually listen to the remastered ones just because I want to keep the older ones in good shape. So I always try to have a remastered version of my favorite records, just because I want to protect the quality of my older records. What is this? Oh, this is a Laserdisc. This is my only Laserdisc. I don't actually have a Laserdisc player, which is really sad, but this is an in-concert Laserdisc, and I hope one day I can play it, but it's really cool. Okay, that is all of my Stevie Nicks, so let's move on. I will say it's kind of an honorary mention. I do have 2 copies of Buckingham Nicks, which is Lindsay and Stevie's band before Fleetwood Mac, their duo band. This is my bootleg copy that I actually play, so it's like a purplish color, and then my original pressing is on the wall, and I'll do like a pan of that. I have it framed. It's my prized possession record. I paid a lot of money for it, and it's original, but this is, like I said, my bootleg copy, and this is the version I actually play. So, okay, so next up is Abba, and I'm a new Abba fan. I've always known of Abba, but I just recently started collecting all of their records in this last year, and so they've become kind of a big collecting standpoint for me, and I'm really, really into them right now. I love 70s and 80s music is something I've always really, really loved, but lately I've been really into Abba. So let's get into my Abba collection. Of course, we have Waterloo, which was their second album. The only album of theirs I'm missing is Ring Ring, and I have it on order. But this is Waterloo. Then we have Abba. I love this cover. Arrival. The album. I have a lot of copies of Voulez-Vous. One is actually on my shelf up there, my record shelf, because it's my favorite Abba album. But these are 2 copies. This is a repressing, and this is it's a more original. It's actually still in shrink, so I think this one is an original. You can see someone put a Christmas sticker on it. I'm guessing it was a present, but yeah, I got this one as a gift, and it's still in its original shrink. And this is my repressing, and then I do have another copy of There, which is also an older pressing of it. Okay, Super Trooper, which is my second favorite Abba album, and Super Trooper is the song that really got me into Abba. Love this album artwork. And their last studio album was The Visitors. I have a couple greatest hits compilations. I have, oops, their first greatest hits, and then their second. I have Abba Gold, of course. I feel like Abba Gold is a staple. Like, everybody should have Abba Gold. It's perfection. And then I have Live at Wembley Arena, which just came out a little bit ago for me. I know it's been released like a while back for some countries, but I was just able to get it on pre-order off Amazon. And I believe it's a triple LP, and it's Live at Wembley Arena, which is really cool. And then I have a couple solo records from Frida and Agneta. I have Wrap Your Arms Around Me, and all of these I was able to find at like charity shops, which is really cool, because I didn't have to pay a ton of money. I think this one I ordered off Amazon, and it did come a little bit damaged, which kind of was sad. You can see right there, but it is a limited edition pressing of it. I don't remember what color the vinyl is, but it's very nice. Oh, and this is Eyes of a Woman. And then I have two Frida albums, which I found at a local charity shop just a couple months ago, and I have Shine, and you can see it's still in shrink, which is kind of cool. And then this is Something's Going On, which I think is her most popular album. Water Break, there's a lot of them. Next up I have Madonna's Immaculate Collection. Love Madonna. And I have Like a Virgin. And I have, I think this one was a Record Store Day release as well. And this is I Rise Remixes. Okay, I have one Britney Spears record. I'm trying to get more, but it's really hard to get Britney records. Anybody else that collects vinyl find that? Like, you really have to search high and low to get any Britney records. It's really tough, and they're all really expensive. But I did get this on Record Store Day, and this is the Oops, I Did It Again remixes and B-sides, and it's baby blue limited edition. It's really pretty, so I was lucky to get this. Oh, goodness. Okay, so next up is all Spice Girls and Spice Girls solo stuff. So the only solo record I think I have for the Spice Girls, because a lot of them, their solo stuff came out in the 2000s, so early 2000s, so vinyl wasn't really a big thing. So I don't know that any of them really put a lot out on vinyl, maybe a few, but I don't have any. I do have Emma Bunton's recent release, and it is signed. Got it off her website signed, which is really cool. I'm really proud of that. And this is her most recent album from 2019. It's pretty good. It's mostly covers, but she does release a couple new songs that she like has on that are her own, and To Become One is on here, which is really nice. Obviously that's a Spice Girl song, and it's, in my opinion, one of the best Spice Girl songs, so this is really cool. I do also have the CD like box set that came with this as well, and the cassette. It was kind of like a pack, and it came all the way from the UK, so and shipping was expensive, so I made it worth it. Okay, so we have Spice. I have, I think, 3 copies of Spice. I have an original 1996 pressing of Spice. I have, okay, so this is the limited edition on white vinyl, which I got for Christmas last year, and then this is a repressing of it. And Spice was like a childhood record for me, one of those albums that I listened to as a child, and it was kind of like always on. My family really loved the Spice Girls. All the women that I grew up around really liked the Spice Girls, and so because of that, it's very nostalgic music for me, and I just love the Spice Girls, so I have lots of copies of Spice. And then one of the records that I really wanted to get for the longest time, but I never could, was their second album, which is Spice World. And that is because it was only released on vinyl once, and that was only in the UK and only in 1997, and it was never re-released until this year. So I was finally able to get it because it was literally like $500 on Discogs to get it, and I just, you know, that's not something I want to spend on one record. So here is the repressing of Spice World, and I'm very excited to have it, and yeah, got it. I'm very excited. And then the other album that was never previously released on vinyl that was this year was Forever, which is their third and final studio album, and the first album they did without Jerry. They did it as a foursome. I actually really love this album, and I think that it's underrated. I think a lot of people kind of discounted them because they were like different. Jerry wasn't there anymore, but it's really good. Go check it out. Okay, and the last 2 Spice Girls albums I have is their greatest hits, which is just a picture disc. This is a picture disc of their greatest hits. Pretty self-explanatory, and I do have one maxi single, and this is Say You'll Be There, which just happens to be my favorite Spice Girls song, so I was really happy when I found this at a local record store. So that is my first row, my 2 first cubes all done, and let's move down to the bottom 2 cubes.